Hi there. Welcome to our videos, Does God Exist? And we're approaching this in a very kind of personal way. And I just want to talk, because if we are talking about the Christian message, if we are talking about whether God exists, in that same kind of examination, we would have to say that we believe that there is also a power of darkness. And this, I have to say, is shot through the psyche of humanity. No matter where you go, what folk lore you go into, whether you look at modern film, old books, whatever, the struggle between good and evil is shot through our psyche and our awareness. You cut us in the middle, and there is this struggle between good and evil, and almost all the films we have, to some extent, examine the struggle between what is right, what is wrong, what is good, what is not. And years ago, good always triumphed over evil. Nowadays, we've found that it's sometimes more exciting to let evil triumph over good, but that battle is there. And certainly for Christians, we do believe we are involved in a battle. Now, I also have to say, we're at the moment doing a lot of these in the coronavirus season, and, you know, there are people out there who will imply that this was sent from God. I absolutely refute that with every fibre of my being. We were talking in one of the videos about love, and the image that God chose was the love between a parent and a child. And when you love a child, there is no way you wish them harm. You protect them from harm. And when coronavirus first came out, my instant thought was not for me, but was for my daughter, who's an asthmatic. And my first thought was, will she be safe? And so if God defines himself as a loving parent, then he wants the world to be safe. And in fact, one of the key scriptures that you might hear spoken, and I'm doing it in the classic Amplified, God so loved the world that he gave his only son, that whoever believes in him will not perish, but have everlasting life. For he didn't send his son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world might be, and it says, safe and sound through him. And so the Bible makes it really clear that God wants us to be safe and sound. And so if you talk to Christians, they will say that they believe that the power of darkness, I think sickness, I think evil, and darkness and brutality and child pornography and all of those things. You know, Hitler is a rather extreme example of evil. We know that evil exists. We just have to open our put on our papers, and there we see people that are doing evil all the time. So I've got to do one video where we say, yes, we believe that God exists, but we also believe that evil exists. Now, we know that takes us to the who invented evil and all of those things, and these are things that are really way outside anything that I want to explore, although there are people that might have an attempt to do that. We don't know. And can I say that in terms of looking at a book like Genesis, if I said to my child said to me, you know, how was this house created? You know, if there were 3 or 4 and I sat them down and I talk about plans and I talk about architects, and within about 2 minutes they'd just be looking at me as if I was mad, because they wouldn't understand. And so I would find a way to help them grasp the basic details about what was going on. And of course, when the book of Genesis was given, it was given to someone who was much, much less understanding than we are in this day and age. And so it was given in a way that he could actually access it in his psyche and put it down. And I think we need to use our common sense with that. Of course, the essence of all of it is there, but you know, probably how God created this world is some amazing equation that somebody who's really brilliant at physics would look at and go, wow, I don't know. But I do know that with the limited understanding of when those sort of things were given, there was no way that God could have put that down accurately. And again, we need to kind of understand all of these things when we're approaching things like the Bible. So there are some little keys there as to where evil might have come from and where the powers of darkness come from. But I think it's outside the scope, really, of this website. This website is about the evil that's oppressing me right now, the crisis that I'm going through. How can I get through it? Is there somebody there? Do they care about what's going on, and can they help me? And those are the main things that we are going to address here. But if we are going to say, if God exists, we say yes, but we also believe that there is a power of darkness which wants destruction and evil in this world, and does not want to bring good. And those two, for a Christian, are held sort of hand in hand, but we do believe that love is greater than hate, and the light is greater than darkness. You have a dark room, you put the switch on, there is not a battle for about 10 minutes to see what's going to happen. The light instantly banishes the darkness, and we do believe that as Christians. So do join us again. We're throwing out a lot of these things, and not all of them will be helpful or relevant to you, but we hope there will be some that really enter your heart and you think, yeah, I really get that. Thank you for listening. Talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.